Welcome to the pot. I'm Elias, and this is where culture meets the kitchen. Whether we're talking psychology, food, spirit, or society, we always bring it back to what feeds us literally and culturally. So grab a plate, pull up a chair, and let's stir the pot. Hello, everyone. Let me know where you are watching from. And somebody's cooking something. I can smell it from here. Let me know. Did you guys have dinner already? Are you making dinner? What are you guys planning today? Are you taking out? I would love to know. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Elias. I'm a professional chef and a professional foodie. This is the Food Plane YouTube channel. We're all about food and culture. You're watching The Pot. We're here every Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And America's Best Food Destinations returns this Saturday, this Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I show you America's best food destinations. This Saturday is a huge one. Now, this place that we're visiting is considered one of the top, Mount Rushmore has room for four, right? So this would make the Mount Rushmore of the best. Some say this is the best pizza place in all of America. Well, find out this Saturday, 11 a.m. We're bringing that to you, and we are back every Saturday, 11 a.m. Also, letting you know that if you are all about Spotify, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So usually sometime after the podcast, we upload the video to so basically if it's at 6:30, you'll get it later on that night on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Also, today we're doing a giveaway. Yes, today of up to $100. It could be 25, it could be 50, 75, 100. Somebody is going to win some money. So today, all you have to do is subscribe. If you have not subscribed to the channel, why not? We're full of fun food facts and delicious recipes. And like I said, we're taking you to America's best food destinations. And we're here every Thursday night. So subscribe, because in order to win, you have to be a subscriber. And also take your subscriptions off of private, because I need to, on my end, verify that you are a subscriber. So you can put it right back on private as soon as you win. That's no problem. So subscribe and be the first to answer our question at some point throughout this podcast. Who knows when? In 5 minutes? It could be in 2 minutes. It could be in 10 minutes. It could be 20. It could be towards the end. Somewhere in this podcast, we are doing the giveaway. Remember also, you have 20 minutes after the podcast. You have 20 minutes after the podcast to email me at thefoodplane@gmail.com. Thefoodplane@gmail.com. Let's see if I have that here. Yes, I do. All right. So right there, 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes. If it's after 20 minutes, you do not win. So remember, I have to be able to know you're a subscriber, and you have to be the first person to answer our question later on in the show. Awesome. Let's see who is in his house. Wow. Clarissa, good to see you. Good to see you, Clarissa. Thanks for being here. She gives us some hearts. Of Salt and Silence Poetry says, hi, DS. Hi, passengers of the Food Plane. Excited for tonight. Yes, me too. All right, Clarissa says hello. G.R. Houston Jack says hello all. Of Salt and Silence Poetry says she's having curry chicken, rice, and naan bread. Yummy. Indian food is one of my top 3 favorite cuisines. Oh, I love the smells of India. I love the sounds of India. I love the clothing that they wear. The food smells so good. Oh, it's so delicious. Clarissa says, can't wait to learn more here. Oh, it's my pleasure to share all this information. Of Salt and Silence says, hi, G, looking forward to tonight's convo. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't. Leo Lady Golden, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Hi, watching on my iPhone in Minneapolis. Nice, nice. Well, welcome here. Welcome to the pot. Love hearing from first time people. Love it. Hello, Salt of Silence, GR Houston. Jack says, hi, G from Lady Golden. G Houston Jack says, hi, Lady. Clarissa giving them high fives. Hell, D is in the house. Wow, D, it's so good to see you. Hey, DS and beautiful people. Yes, that includes you. Thank you, D, so much for being here. So nice to see you. Of Salt and Silence says, hi, D, thank you for joining. Absolutely. Wow. Hi, DS. Love me some Indian food. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yes, indeed it does, says D. Lady Golden says Letta. Letta. Got it. Letta. All right. I was about to type that. Letta. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. Great to be here. Yes, Clarissa. Thank you so much. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. All right. So let's do today's. Now, this is not the giveaway. This is not the giveaway. It's just the trivia. Okay, so today's trivia is, here's the question. This is not the giveaway. True or false, strawberries are berries? I'll give you the answer shortly. Let me know what is the answer? Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. All right. So listen, I am so excited. I got to see Masters of the Universe. I finally got to see He-Man, the movie. Now listen, I grew up with He-Man. It was a part of it was the soundtrack of my life. I grew up with it. We had every toy. That's one thing I can say about my growing up. We had every toy from the 80s. We had He-Man. We had all of it. We had the Gray Skull. We had all the G.I. Joe. We had the Transformers. We had the Voltron. We had everything. So this one was wow. I was really excited to see how they were going to do, because the first one they did, yeah, that wasn't too good. But I had such a great time. It was so much fun. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen Masters of the Universe. If you did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Oh man, I'm going to see it again. I loved it. It gave me all the feels, all that nostalgia. Oh, the moment he hurls off his sword and says, by the power of Grayskull. Oh my God, I got a little emotional. I did. Oh man, it just brought back those memories, and to see it come to life. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. Also, come on, I know you guys must have heard Avengers. Yes, Avengers Doomsday. Oh my God, just released their trailer. Not just that, but Spider-Man, Brand New Day, just released their brand new trailer. Listen to this. Right now, Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man are the most watched trailers in history. I even saw that Spider-Man was trailing Avengers Doomsday. There's so much in this Spider-Man movie that's going to lead up to a lot of info for Avengers Doomsday. But my goodness, isn't that crazy? To me, I'm like, wow, the culture, the day in which we live, because there's a lot of movies that came out and they didn't do too good. This one is going to probably they're going to break all the records. It's huge. Everybody's going crazy over this stuff. I am super excited about it. Let me know what you think. What's this? Of Salt and Silence says false. Oh, I see. All right. So you say false. Gotcha. Okay. I'll let you know. I'll let you know shortly. All right. Did anybody see Masters of the Universe? I'm curious. I'm very curious. I am absolutely curious. All right. So listen, let's do this. Let's talk about some hospitality news. All right. So let me ask you guys, how are you guys dealing with the cyclospora outbreak? How are you dealing with the outbreak? How are you are you cleaning your veggies, or are you not having any veggies? How are you cleaning your veggies? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious of, are you not having any at all for now? How are you guys handling the cyclospora outbreak, huh? They're still trying to figure out whether it's Taylor Farm. I don't know. I still got to get more research because it's not. They're not saying that it's exactly this. They're still, or maybe since I last saw, maybe they did. I don't know. But at first they thought it was one thing, and then now they're like, oh, maybe it wasn't. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so how about this? Personalization is becoming the next trend. Loyalty programs and technology that remembers guests' favorite orders and dietary preferences. Industry surveys show customers are more likely to return when they feel recognized. Wow, what do you guys think about that? Do you like that experience? Personalized and a personal, because so could you imagine getting an email when it's your birthday, or when you go to the restaurant, they already know what you like. I'm curious, how do you guys feel about that? Also, hotels continue investing in food and beverage. Food and beverage in hotels is no longer just an amenity. They're realizing, I don't know how right now, all of a sudden they're realizing, wow, this is a draw. People are really into having an experience. That's what people want, right? When you go out and eat, you want a wonderful experience. And that's what hotels are starting to really realize now more than ever before. So a lot of hotels are now investing so much more in their food and beverage programs. Also, wine programs continue to be a competitive advantage. Strong wine programs remain an important way for restaurants to stand out. What say you? Huh? They're realizing in restaurants, like, wow, a strong food and beverage program. I'm sorry, a good wine program, a good cocktail program, a good bar. Isn't that where the fun is, right? So they're realizing, wow, these wine programs are really working. I love me a good wine. We'll be talking about that shortly. Also, I have to mention, some very sad news is Godzilla versus Kong actress Kaylee Hoddle dies at 18 following a car crash in Maryland. Oh, wow. That is heartbreaking. What a beautiful young lady. What she did for that franchise. That young lady is what drew a lot of people in, that storyline. It made the movie it gave it heart, it gave it soul. I enjoyed the Godzilla and Kong movies, and what a young lady. She had she was deaf. She really was deaf. And yeah, very sad. Man, people, I just encourage you to live your best life now. Live your best. What are you waiting for? More money, more opportunity? You go make don't wait for opportunity to knock. You go knocking on opportunity. Go out there, fulfill your dreams. Life is short. What are you waiting for to take that vacation or to do all those things that those dreams you have inside of you? Man, it's time. Life is short. She was 18. My Lord, my Lord. We also, man, this is Hal Williams from two to Superstar. He was on another show. Oh man, it's leaving my mind right now. But if you know, let me know in the comments. Hal Lindsey from 227. Oh my gosh, I still watch the show. It's on Pluto. I still watch 227 to see how gone is. Wow, it's very sad. Very sad. Yeah. Another star that we lost is Sam Neill. Many of you know him from Jurassic Park. He also passed away this week. And yeah, that is that's very sad. It's very sad. So yeah, I encourage all of you, live your best life now. Live your blessed life now. Yes. All right. So DiCaprio says so sad. Yeah. Clarissa says that's so sad. Yeah. Jazzy is in his house. Oh, everybody, welcome Jazzy in the house. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, Jazzy. Hey, beautiful people. Of Salt and Silence Poetry says, hi, Jazzy. D Cap says, I read that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So let's live our best lives now. Let's live our best lives now, right? So anyway, all right. So on a good note, the Food Plane YouTube channel, the Food Plane as a brand has had in the past 2 weeks, listen to this. And this is me, I'm not boasting. This is really to say thank you. We've had over 1 million. We went viral this week over a few posts, over 1 million social media combined views. The Food Plane, we're reaching people, we're touching people, we're reaching them with information. We got food for thought posts. People are enjoying our posts. And so thank you. Thank each and every one of you for your support. Press that like, hit that subscribe. Those are many ways you can support. We have to pay for the plane tickets and all of that. So when you support the channel by liking, by commenting, by pressing that subscribe, we're able to do so much more because the algorithm will love us and it'll spread the word. So yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for that. I sincerely appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even want to wait anymore. I am so excited that the one and only is here. The queen of eyewear is in the house. So I am so excited. Oh, so wait, I'm going to give you the answer to the trivia. So Of Salt and Silence says, congrats. Thank you very much. D says, aw, God bless him. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, Clarissa. Appreciate that. Letta, thank you very much. Congrats. Thank you very much. D, congrats. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate all that. I appreciate you guys so much. You matter and your voice matters. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Jazzy. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me show you a quick clip. I missed something here. I'm going to show you a quick clip of America's best food destinations because we have, remember, episode 2 is coming out this Saturday, 11 a.m. We're going to what many consider is the best pizza in all of America. So we are going there. That's episode 2 this Saturday, 11. But we have episode 1 that's available to watch. So here's a clip. Okay, so that is available to watch. And also, if you're interested in a Yale University walking tour, which is because in episode 1, we were in New Haven, Connecticut, and that is the home of Yale University. So if you're interested in a walking tour of some of the beautiful architecture, you might want to give that a watch as well. And remember, as we said, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. I'm excited. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, she's coming up. G.R. Houston Jack is about to join us. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Professional photographer, career coach, host of Girl Listen, and Let's Whine a Little. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, G.R. Houston Jack. You hear that, right? I hear them. Yes. Woo, hold on. No, I'm joking. All right. All right. Wow. How you doing, G?
I am doing great. I'm doing really well. How are you, sir?
I am nice. How's the weather where you're at?
It's hot. It's hot.
It's
It's hot
hot.
as hell down here.
Yeah, wow. It cooled down. It's a little bit below 80 here. So it cooled down here in the East Coast.
Well, yeah, that's a cool down.
Yeah,
Supposedly
Texas,
for
you're
us.
used to that, right? Texas is usually hot.
You know what? Let me say this now. Yes, I was born and raised in Texas, and I am accustomed to being outside. But this heat, climate change is real. This is a whole nother kind of heat right here. It was 105 yesterday, but felt like 115.
Whoa. Oh my.
So yeah, this is not the same. These are not the same summers I had when I was a kid, ripping
My
and running all
Lord.
day. No.
Yeah. Wow. Let me ask you a question about Texas. So,
Yes.
Texas was a place that I was thinking of moving to at one time. Not anymore. But I was thinking of moving there at one. I'll tell you why. So, here's the thing. I'm not interested in moving anywhere where there are known natural disasters. So I'm not moving to Florida or down south because I don't want the hurricanes. I'm in a place, the Northeast,
Yeah.
where we don't get too many natural disasters. So if you go to California, you got to deal with the earthquakes.
Yeah.
If you go to Kansas City or Tulsa, or Texas, you got to deal with the tornadoes. And another thing you got to deal with in Texas are snakes, rattlesnakes, and I think some spiders and stuff. Yeah, DS does not do spiders. No.
Well, okay, now depending on where you are on the East Coast, there is a fault line there, is it not? Isn't there like a fault line there? Somewhere, I
Huh.
mean, and depending on the right conditions, you can get a tornado in New York City of all places. So, but I
Wow.
get it. You don't get it as often. I get it.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
depending on where you are, but I understand that. You could always go inland. There's not much. Well, no. The
Yeah. you
Midwest
can't. You
tornado
can't
alley
escape.
is shifting. So there is that, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where were you born, G?
I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I am a
Wow.
Houstonian, H-Town. And then we moved up to New York City. So I am an honorary New Yorker. I have
Wow.
earned my stripes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? I earned my stripes. I lived in Manhattan the whole entire time. And then I moved back. I moved
What?
back
We
to
were
Texas.
neighbors. We were neighbors. So
We
wait.
we
What?
could have been, I guess we were neighbors. I
Yeah.
guess.
Wait a minute. I remember you now. Hold on. No. Okay. So do you? What? So what part of Manhattan? If you can share, what part of Manhattan?
Let me give you the quick timeline. So we started out at NYU. So when I got right out of college, I should say high school, I was the first early decision to go to NYU. Realized I didn't love the major I created, came
Okay.
back, transitioned, and went to FIT, which is where
Wow.
I lived. I loved FIT.
Yeah.
And then ended up on 181st and Amsterdam. So right off the Harlem
What?
River.
I used to. Well, I wouldn't say I used to hang out there, but around Amsterdam back in the day, yeah, we did some naughty things there. But yeah,
You
yeah,
know what?
they
I loved that neighborhood. There was a
yeah.
gentleman there. He just knew I was Dominican, and I learned what little Spanish I could learn. But I was like, Papi, I'm not Dominican, man. I'm black. I'm American black.
Mhm.
But yes, but I loved. There was a mixture of Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and I
Yeah.
was right by the yeshiva university, so had
Mm-hmm.
all the things. Absolutely love my neighborhood. I loved it.
Oh my, wow. So your father was also, if you're comfortable talking about him being a chef, you're cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what was that like having a chef in the house? Did it make a difference? Did you
Oh.
eat a little better? Talk to
You
me
know
about that.
what? It makes all the difference in more than one way. So if we talk about food, we were exposed to a plethora of different foods because it wasn't just American cuisine. He was tackling, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, all the things. He did all of the things. So we never had just regular meals. And he
That's awesome.
also like, to be a really great cook slash chef, because he was a chef,
Yeah.
he could take a smallest meal, and with 4 kids, he would make a whole nother meal and everybody ate. So that
See,
was
yeah,
great. But the
yeah.
other part was I grew up with a man who cooked for his wife. Like Mother was good with pancakes and fried chicken. That was it. Pops
Mm.
owned the kitchen.
Yeah.
So when people are like, I need a woman in the kitchen, I was like, I don't understand, because my daddy cooked for me.
Yeah,
So
I hear you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, do you have memories of making foods with him?
Oh God. Yes, I do. Let me
Share,
tell you.
please. Give me one.
Really quick. When people say you can't have a lot of chefs in the kitchen, too many cooks in the kitchen, you don't
Yeah.
want that. So my father was the private chef. My grandmother and my auntie were sous chefs. And I remember
Wow.
one Mother's Day, they all came to our house and it was awful. I mean,
Oh no.
awful. Everybody is trying to put their 2 cents into
Right.
someone else's dish. So when I
Mhm.
would go home for Thanksgiving, Pops would cook in the daytime and I would cook at night, because I didn't want him in my pot. And he would get up, be like, well, you want to saute it at it. He's
That's
like,
what. Yeah.
Pops, I
Yeah.
got this.
That
I
chef
got
in him.
it.
Yeah, that chef in him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. That is super cool. All right. So listen, here's a segment we like to call Snack to the Future.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, oh boy, usually I leave this for a little earlier, but because GR Houston Jack is here, do you remember these?
Do you
Uh-huh.
Cisco?
Oh my goodness. So back in the day, this was popular in the 90s. For those of you who do remember, this was considered crack liquor. That's how it was put back in the day. One bottle would, you'd be jacked up with and it wasn't great. It was being sold to it was not great. It was one of those cheap ass kind of drinks, but it was it did the job and it was very inexpensive, but it really messed you up. And people who were into drinking to buy a cheap drink, I think you can get a bottle for like $2 or $3 or something
Really?
back in the day. Yeah, yeah.
You know what, DS? I remember the brand, never had it.
Oh, good.
I can't. Matter of fact, I didn't get my very first cocktail, which was a margarita at Chacho's, until I was 24 years old.
Wow. Wow.
So
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
I've never done a Mad Dog. I've never done, Bartle and James. We Zimas, never had them. I have no idea about any of that stuff.
Wow, Zima. Well, check this one out. Brass Monkey. Now, if you're from New York, people from New York know this one, but this is Brass Monkey. So basically, it's a screwdriver.
Oh my goodness!
Little vodka, but it was so good. It was one of my favorites. I would walk down Manhattan. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I'd be walking down the street with my homies and all that. We'd be drinking and having a good time. And did I have some good times with that? All right. So here's something that's still around. It's still around, and it is. I can tear these up. I love these. How many knows what? Oh my God, they're the strawberry shortcake ice cream bars.
Strawberry shortcake, right? Yeah.
These are classics. Now, so here's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm coming up with this idea to make a cake. A cake, a straw like this, but in cake form with the crumbs and all. I'm working on it. So stay tuned for that. I'm definitely working on that. All right, let's take a look at the comments real quick. All right. Sanford and Sons. Hal Lindsay. That was the other show. Yeah. Sanford and Sons. Thank you for that. Love New York family lives. Oh, okay. Cool. Yes. Yeah. Clarissa gives up the heart. Lisa is in the house. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lisa? Thank you for being here. And she says, and hypnotic. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. She remembers. Okay. LOL. Cisco, yeah, gave the worst hangovers. Yeah,
really?
Wow, they were awful, but they did the freaking job for such for such a little amount of money. They didn't taste that bad, but I
missed the whole. I don't know if I actually missed it. I was that kid. I was like, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you did it because it's not a good representation. That's the 25-cent juice with alcohol. Yeah, good point. Good point. Is that Chris?
It's Chris.
It says Kale Design. I see that handsome man on that. I think that's Chris. What's up, DS and Gwendolyn? Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for being here. Oh, Cisco. Clarissa says, oh, Cisco. Yeah, I know. OMG, Brass Monkey. Somebody knows about Brass Monkey. Oh, there was a song, I think, about it. Brass
There
Monkey.
was a song.
Yeah. So love those back in the day. Really? Okay. All right. Can we have some? That's funny. All right. In New York, they sell nutcrackers. One of those will have you laid out. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Seagram's was another one. Seagram's.
Seagram's. Yeah, I didn't have that
Isn't that a
either.
gin company?
They do. They do a couple of things, but yes, but they had like what do you call it? The wine coolers and whatnot.
Oh, wine cooler is another thing that was popular
Yeah.
back then. All right, but that's the segment of Snack to the Future, which brings me to
Yes.
GR Houston. Jack, you have a show on your YouTube channel that's called Let's Wine a Little.
Yes.
I love that show. How did you come to appreciate wine and cocktails?
Ooh, well, okay. So, like I said, I didn't have anything. I didn't have my first lick of alcohol until I was 24, right? And then being in New York City, there's a lot of classmates who were, bartenders. And so you start with like some hard liquor, a couple of kamikazes and things of that nature.
Ooh.
And somewhere along the line, I remember being in a bodega and I picked up some fruit wine because a lot of people will start with something sweet when it comes to alcohol, right? Because
Right.
sweet's a good one. You don't
Yeah.
want to really go sour. You don't want to go bitter. You're like, I could do
Yeah.
sweet. And so I started there. It was a plum wine to be exact. And
Mm.
then I just had this fascination with, let me explore all of this. And then it just grew into, I think I want to explore wine a lot deeper than just having a glass. I want to know where this grape came from. I want to know more about the body of it. And I have just gone down a place of wine and spirit. So not just the wine, but there's some bourbon, there's some gin. We're looking at sake. So we're doing all the things.
Yeah.
But having a really great experience will do that to you. And sometimes, like if you go to a bar and you're like, hey, give me a glass of your best red. I remember this gentleman, the bartender, gave me a glass of Rioja. Ooh, changed my life. I said, Lord bless. I said, I need more of this, but I got to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, as far as like when people have these stereotypes about wine, that all Chardonnay is woody and oaky, that's not true.
Yeah.
And that all red wines are like hard to drink. That
Yeah.
Rioja was smoother than butter.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Yeah.
So we are deep in the vines.
Yeah.
Deep in the vines.
You're taking up a course right now. That's how
I am.
So tell us
Yes.
about that. What is that like? What's that experience been like? What have you learned that you're like, wow, I didn't know that before. That's so cool.
Well, so there are a number of programs that you can be certified in terms of serving wine. And it goes anywhere from someone who is in the wine industry in a retail store or a restaurant, all the way to be a sommelier, right? And so for me, I just believe as an educator in really getting all of my education on. So I am on level 2. Level 2 would be not a junior sommelier, but a baby sommelier. I can look at a wine label, tell you where it came from, tell you about the grape and what you're going to get before you even open it, which for me, just learning that, I thought, oh, and it explains price. Like when people think about why is that so expensive? Well, It depends on where it came from,
Right.
but not so much as where it came from, but it's the climate, it is the yield. If you only get this particular grape every 2 years, you're going to pay for that. Versus this came from this general area with a mixture of grapes, then it's like, it's mass produced. So it all makes a difference how they produce it. Are you using real oak barrels or are you using like oak chips to get that oaky taste? There is a great deal in there, but I was like, oh, I actually know some stuff. Okay, G, I see you, girl. I see you. So yes, it's been fun. It's been fun.
Oh, great. So all right. So when it comes to wine, this is me. I've never done good with dry wine. I can't do it. I can appreciate the sophistication of it. I just can't do a wine that's not sweet. especially if it's not sweet. Like a Pinot Grigio is not extremely sweet, and
Mhm.
it has that good balance of a little dryness with a little bit of sweetness. I like that. But I need some kind of sweetness in my wine. What about you guys in the audience? Is that the same for you? What do you like wine, or do you prefer red or white? So, G, do you prefer red, white? What kind of wine do you enjoy?
I am primarily champagne sparkling wine. So
Oh,
champagne, sparkling wine, prosecco,
yeah.
cava. I like the bubbles. However, when it comes to what I just want to have whenever, it's going to be something red. So like I said, I love a good Rioja. I love a good Syrah or Shiraz.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also great for a red blend. But here's the deal about when people say it's got to be sweet.
Yeah.
Um, we know that a few years ago, and even still now, people love a good Moscato.
Yes. I
Which I
love that. Yeah.
understand, it can be the door, but that's a dessert wine because it has a
Right.
lot of sugar in it
Yes.
to
Yes.
where it becomes a dessert wine. So ideally, you're serving that with something that is sweet because you want to balance out the flavors, right?
Right.
Most of your wines are going to be dry or off dry, right? So like semi-sweet. Every single grape has sugar.
Yeah.
Just depends on how long it's on the vine.
Yeah.
So it's a very good chance. The very first something you tried, you were kind of like, and we tend to stay away from it. But if you were to get the right one, the right wine,
Yeah.
based on what you're eating and your flavor profile, you find the right one. Now, here's the deal. If I may, really quick, since I mentioned
Sure.
eating,
Of course.
food impacts the wine.
Yes.
Right. So if you had something that was sweet and then you had the wine, it's going to take out the sweetness in the wine. It's going to make it more bitter, more
Oh, wow.
acidity, right? It's going to make it not what it really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, you know how they talk about some really great flavor profiles is like fried chicken and champagne or popcorn and champagne,
Yeah.
pizza and
Yeah.
champagne, because that fat, that salt, it
Yes. Oh,
loves to bring
yeah.
out the flavor
I
in
am
fruit. Like
impressed.
if you have salt and watermelon,
Yeah.
right? Or you had a
Yes.
little bit of salt on your steak, your grits, whatever. It brings out the flavor. So those two things work together. So if you eat something that's like savory or bitter or sweet, and then you have the wine,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be like, that doesn't taste so great. And so now you have this memory of a not great wine. So
Yeah.
what you eat makes a difference.
Wow. Wow. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
I am in my old-fashioned era right now.
Gotcha.
I'm
Gotcha.
in the old-fashioned era. I had a Buffalo Trace old-fashioned the other day. Woo! Look, let me tell you something real quick, y'all. First of all, you need a glass of water. So any responsible bartender is going to say, and water, yes? Yeah, because you need that. But that Buffalo Trace, woo, you talk about something smooth,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. Woo, if I
Oh,
wasn't driving, I would have had like another one of those. Real
yeah.
talk.
I hear you. I hear
Mhm.
you. So, G, what led you to photography?
Um, well, my parents got me a camera when I was a kid, like 11 years old. I still have those photos, by the way, because I'm that
What?
person. I have the
Yeah.
photos
Yeah.
and the negatives, yes.
That's so
But
cool. That is
so
so cool.
I know, and I have the camera. I have all the things. I am that
What?
person. Yes.
Oh man.
I am
I
that person.
love that. Oh
They bought me
man.
this camera and I just loved taking pictures. And the more I had it, I started carrying this camera all over, like to school and everything. And then I moved from that camera to my dad because he had a Minolta, right? That
Yeah.
was automatic. I had a 110 that needed the flash bulb or
Okay. Yeah.
sunlight in order for
Yeah.
you to get the picture exposed. I was like,
Hmm.
this ain't cool. So I took his camera and I just kind of became this historian. And then somewhere in there, I was a writer in high school.
Okay.
So I wrote poetry and all the things. Actually got my name on the marquee for getting my Scholastic Award for my portfolio,
Oh
right?
my.
I didn't play
Wow.
sports. I was that kid.
That's what's up.
But
Wow.
when I went into writing on the technical side, I lost my creative spark. And so I ended up picking up the camera to just visualize my words. And so it turned into a thing
Yeah.
because my cousin, who is a photographer in LA, he was like, "You have an amazing eye. Is this
Oh.
a hobby or is this a now?" Peep it. We're both Virgos. He's an August Virgo. I'm a September Virgo.
Mhm.
And so I was like, it's just a hobby. Cousin came in. He's like, you got lights, you got stands, you have a whole studio. This is a hobby. Y'all know how Virgos do. If we go in, we going all in, right? So he said, this should be a business for you. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start working on this to be my second career. And that's where we are. Because I love telling stories. If I'm not
Yeah.
writing the story, which I'm back to my writing, I want
Yeah.
to tell the story through photos.
Yeah. Excuse me. You loved it enough to go to school. Tell me
Yeah,
about
well, you
that.
know,
I mean,
well,
that's some passion.
well, it is. Now, I went to school for photography after my first, so my first degree is in home products development and marketing. I have been organizing my closet since I was like 6 years old. I would take all the shoes out and all the clothes out of the closet on a Sunday, reorganize them and get them all lined up. Like I've been doing that since I was a kid. So it only
Wow.
made sense that when I got into college, because like I said, I started at NYU at the Gallatin division. I was doing speech communication and marketing. And
Wow.
I didn't like the market. I said, I am not a blue suit person. This is not going
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah.
And I know for a lot of people, the idea of starting over feels like failure. Look,
Wow. Yeah,
NYU was
gotcha.
$30,000 a year.
Wow.
Then ain't nobody doing all of that and not being happy. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. My dad
Mm.
was not happy. Let me tell you like that. He was not happy.
Yeah.
But you have to do what's best for you in your life. Like
Yeah.
you have to see what your vision is. And so
Yeah.
I stuck to it,
Mhm.
got the fashion and merchandising degree, and then we ended up in home products development and marketing. And I
Wow.
was happy as a clam in high tide. So I can tell you about some glassware, some silverware, some knives, some pots and pans,
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
the things, window treatments,
Yeah.
carpeting. I got you.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 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 What specific kind of photography do you specialize in, if there is one?
Yeah, my heart is with family. So family portraits.
Wow.
I love doing like a good senior session, a private portrait. I love self-portraiture for myself because again, we are always evolving.
Yeah.
And just today, as we're working on another project, there were so many young people saying, "Oh my goodness, I hate my photos." If you
Mm.
hate your photos, you didn't have the right photographer.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's real because
Yeah.
the photographer's job is like any other artist. I am going to capture you in this moment as you are. So when you have a painter painting someone, they are capturing them in that moment. That's my job. I'm just using a different form of light. That's how I'm doing it, right? So when
Okay.
people say, "Oh my God, I don't like my photos," and then we capture them, they're like, "Wait, is that me?" Those were real response. Wait, is that me? Yes,
Yeah.
sis, that's you. So I love showing people just how beautiful they are, how awesome they are, how
Yeah.
great the good Lord has made them
Yeah.
with a portrait.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Mhm.
You mentioned earlier storytelling.
Yes.
Can you tell me, how do you do that? How do you blend in and mix in? How do you do your storytelling with photography? Because a lot of people may not understand that yeah, photography is an art. It ain't just pressing a button.
Yes.
It's an
It is
art
not.
form, and not everybody does it good. So what tell me how you go about storytelling in your photography.
I talk to people. So we talk a couple of times before we even have the first, and probably, I shouldn't say probably, we've had other sessions, the first session. So we talk a great deal. I need to know who they are and where they are in life and why they're sitting in front of my camera. Now, funny enough, as people are talking to me, I am snapping shots. Like we're just going through the moment, we're going through the things. We do figure out what they should wear, and nothing irks me more. And I said that irk, than people looking at someone else's photo
Uh-huh.
with a particular style of clothing and wanting to put on their clothes. It's like, but if it's not you, if it's not where you're vibing, why are we doing that? Because you're not going to get you. So whoever you are is in this moment. I want that person. I don't want to do what's trending. I don't want to do what everybody else has done because it's been on
Authenticity.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
If that's not who you are, we're not doing that. Because when you have on someone else's clothes, it doesn't fit right and you don't
Yeah.
feel right.
I hear you. Yeah.
Like one time, if I may,
Of
I
course.
put on this is the 90s, okay? It's the 90s. I was in high school. So my sister had a job in high school and she bought some of the most amazing clothes. So we're talking the polka dot era, Kwame. And she had this spandex dress with the chiffon sleeves. I know y'all know this. For those of us who are of age, I know y'all know this. And I said, I'm going to wear her dress and I'm going to be cute. Now, first of all, I didn't have her shape. She had a figure 8 from my mother. I had my dad's body. It did not work well. And the whole day I was trying to pull down this dress and walk. I just felt awkward and uncomfortable because it
Mm,
wasn't me.
yeah.
I'm trying to be somebody else.
Oh, I love
But
this. Yeah.
why? Like,
Yeah.
why do that? So we
Yes.
talk about makeup. We
Mm,
talk about hair. We talk about wardrobe. We talk about them and why they're in front of my camera. Like, why are you here? Are
yeah.
you starting over? Are you wanting to capture a new chapter of life? Whatever it is, we're going to get it. And we have done it more than once for a number of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Authenticity, man. Authenticity.
Authenticity. Mhm.
Yeah. D says, I understand. Yeah, absolutely. So what makes so how do you story tell effectively in photography? What would you say is, so for somebody who wants to get into photography,
Mhm.
how do you story tell effectively in photography?
I'm going to say for that one, it depends on your voice. You can take a group of photographers, put them outside, and have them capture one person, and you're going to get, like, if there's 10 people, 10 different messages because we're all individuals, right? There
Yeah.
is not one way to storytell. Some people use light, some people use color, some people use the distance, right, on their frame. Like, there is one person who always photographed with 85 mil. That's her deal. 1.2. That is a shot. That's what she uses on every single image. That's her voice. So it depends on the person. If you don't know who you are, and I know for a lot of creatives across the board, all creatives, that could be food, wine, fashion, all creatives. We see people and we like what they have, and then we try to copy them. You're
Ooh,
looking for inspiration,
ooh,
right? And inspiration comes from all places. It comes from food, it comes from architecture, it comes from going to the museum,
yeah,
it comes from sitting out in nature and just
yeah.
watching life. It
Be
hits you at
inspired.
all kinds of places.
Yeah,
It's not just looking at some other photographer and
that's
trying
good.
to do their voice,
That's
because
good
that's
stuff.
not it,
Right,
right? And you
right.
have to know who you are as a person who wants to tell stories. Like,
Yeah,
what are you going for? Now, some
right.
people do a lot of composites, they may do a lot of photoshopping. I am very clear. The good Lord made no mistakes.
Yeah.
So when you come to me, yes, I will take care of your acne, your rosacea, but we're not slimming, trimming, or making something other than. That ain't my job. It ain't my spot.
Yeah,
If that's not what you're looking for, then I'm not your photographer.
gotcha. I love that. I love that. You
Mhm.
know, one of the things I really, what got me, I, first of all, when I first saw you, I think the first show I saw was Let's Wine a Little. And I was like, I like her. And what I liked the most was you were comfortable in your own skin. You come across as a confident, and I love that in people. I see it in people when it's there, and I see the insecurities. But I
Mhm.
also, when I see confidence, I love that. Not everybody has reached that place.
Mhm.
What do you say to that?
I say, well, let me give you a quick story, really quick, if I may.
Oh, of
Okay,
course.
so come September 25th, I will be celebrating my 25 years of being authentically G.
Wow.
Right. So we didn't start this like yesterday. We're talking 25 years in.
Wow.
And I remember again being in New York City, and I'm out of my Southern element where you have very particular rules, let's just call it, at that time of how you are seen in public. And they, for me, were stifling. I couldn't figure it out. I was never a hair person. The moment our mother said you could do your own hair, I was like, chop it off. Give me the Halle Berry, chop it off. I don't care. I'm not a hair person. If we were all
Mhm.
bald, I'd be happy. It'd be no big
Oh,
deal to me.
yeah. Yeah.
So I get to New York and I see all these people who are just, in my opinion, walking in their truth. They are dressing any kind of way. Their hair is all kinds of ways. And mind you, I'm in New York, but I'm also at a fashion school. People are just living their life being them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I thought, I want that.
Yes.
And then I thought, well, why can't I have that? Like, why can't I choose to do me now?
Yes.
9/11 happens. Okay. And if anybody was in New York, we were in mourning as a city for at least 2 weeks. It was a moment.
Yeah.
But I remember waking up on the 25th, and it was the time we had to vote. And the mayor was like, we got to get back to living. And I went to class with hair. And then I said, you know what? Today is the day. So I went down 23rd Street, found this beauty shop and said, chop it. And I chopped it. And I said, from this moment on, we are going to start living our life as Gwendolyn. Now, I'd already reclaimed my name, but I needed to have a physical change to tell people you are not talking to the same chick you talked to 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Gwen is gone. Okay. Yeah. She is long gone. This chick will cuss you the fuck out. Okay. So we made a physical change to match what was happening in my heart, in my soul, and my mind. Yeah. And so it's been a long journey. It's unlearning stereotypes. Like the very first year was the hardest. Okay. And it wasn't really hard for me per se. I mean, I kept a journal called the Hair Chronicles, because you would be surprised, probably not now, but there are so many people who lump how you look into who you should be. I remember coming back to Texas and people guys asking me, are you into women or are you into men? I was like, well, I'm not into ignorance, so you're okay. Or I would get you're cute for somebody with short hair. Like, that's not a compliment.
Right.
It's a flat out dig. And so you start hearing people and you become very aware of the words that people use, which is why I'm so particular about word choice. You said exactly what you meant to say. You didn't just realize how stupid it was. That's okay. I'm going to help you figure that out real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Is D says, is GR on other social networks? We're going to get to that in a few minutes. Dr. Tashi is in the house. Good evening, all. And Lisa was cracking up.
Look, let me tell you really quick, though, seriously.
Please.
When people talk about being yourself, it is a challenge. I would be a liar if I said that going through this was easy. I went to a place, and there are colleagues who will tell you, I started having my affirmations, saying them out loud.
Wow.
I said them out loud, not only for myself, but for everybody else. So when I would go to work, someone would say, oh my God, you look nice. It's like, of course I look nice. I'm G. Yeah. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're cute today. It's like, G is cute every day. Like, hello. Yeah. Right. Because, it's one thing to just say it, but then you got to really believe it. And the more time I took in defining what beautiful meant for me, right? Finding the right shades. Now, I have a head that's pretty good as an almost bald head. It works out. It's a couple of lumps in the back, but it's pretty good, right? But finding the clothes that work for you, the jewelry that works for you, finding your fragrance,
your style,
finding your pep and step. When you define who you are, not who your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, or society has told you that you're supposed to be. Right. Yes, you do walk different. You can't tell me nothing now, but I'm 25 years in. So there's that. Right. Yeah. And you unlearn a lot of things. You unlearn that in order to be feminine, you have to have hair. I came to the Dallas area, and there were a number of women who were currently going through chemotherapy with breast cancer. Oh, wow. And I often got the question of, are you a warrior? And I was like, I don't understand. She's like, well, you have breast cancer? I was like, no. I mean, I had a biopsy years ago, but no. She's like, so your hair being short is by choice? I was like, yeah, that look good. And she's like, because think about it. For women, if you look at how society frames it, hair is a shield. Your bosom is a shield. That defines you as a woman. That's your femininity. And when you have cancer, it attacks that. And now you find yourself saying, if I don't have this, then who am I?
Oh, my.
I would tell you right now who Gwendolyn is, and I don't need none of this. None of it. right? But we
Yeah.
have to define ourselves for ourselves. And then once you do that, you can go out and rule the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Love that. So what led to career coaching?
I was a I wanted to be, I should say wanted to be, I was the sales trainer at one point for the Container Store. That was like the dream job initially, right? And the more I got into it, my manager's like, "You are built for so much more." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a no. I don't want to do that." She's like, "Gwendolyn, you're gonna do it." And I just thought, there's no way. So we went from being a sales trainer for one store to having a market. I had the tri state area. So I had stores in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New
Wow.
York. And I traveled around and I traveled for the company as a whole. And I just thought, I don't know if I want to do this, but I've always had an ear and a heart to help others. Like if I wasn't going to be in communication, my words out, and marketing, I was going to be a counselor.
Wow.
But counseling requires more school, and I am a top tier slacker, so that was a no. So we ended up being put into a position where I was training and coaching people. And then it became a particular market. And then we went on to do like some corporate things.
Mhm.
And it was just, look, you have a passion, and I have been hired to help you live
Yeah.
your best life
Yeah.
that may or may not be in this building. So there
Mm.
were some people that I helped them go to some other company. And they're like, "But you're my manager." I said, "Yes, I'm here to manage your career. And I'm telling you, your career is best suited outside of these four walls. Let's get on your LinkedIn. Let's get it together."
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
that's my job. My job is not,
Mm.
it wasn't a commitment to the company.
Mm.
It is to whomever I am working with. So we did
Love it.
that for a number of years. And although people were like, "Gwendolyn's awful," that's that BS right there. My
Mhm.
team loves me.
Wow. Yeah. That's cool.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
super cool. What led you to start a YouTube channel?
I'm a soapbox kid. I've been a soapbox kid since I was like, what, elementary school? Yeah. So student council, student council, elementary school, student council in junior high. We ran for class president. A couple of times in high school, ran for class president. In college, we have always been outspoken. Always. That's how I won my scholarship portfolio. It
Wow.
came from me. I've been political since I was a wee one. This is not new. I was just wired this way. And so after I left the retail job, I was like, I'm not talking to people as much. Like, there is photography, but I don't need 5,000 people for photography. Like, it's not the
Right.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not coaching anybody. So we had to think to ourselves, how do we fill in those gaps? So we did our own coaching thing. And then I thought, I have so much to say. And I remember at the old job, my team and those I was training, they would say, you should be like a talk show host. Now, let me tell you, when you're a trainer, when you're an adult educator, because I also taught on a college level, there is some entertainment there, right? There's some theater, which I want to be. I want to be on the stage. Never did it, but I thought, let me bring a little extra action to this adult classroom. And so people will often say, you should be on TV. And I thought, huh. So, technology has changed. How we get entertainment has changed.
Yeah.
And I just said, have soapbox, we'll get on top of it and we'll share it. So that's how it started. And I have a lot to say, but Virgos, we always looking at stuff. Always.
Wow. Wow. It's crazy. I feel like we were just getting started and we're out of time. That's nuts. Okay. So wait a minute. So tell me about tomorrow. You are celebrating. Congratulations.
Yes.
On a huge milestone. Any YouTuber knows your first milestone. You got it. Congratulations. You earned it. You deserve it. Tell us what's going on tomorrow.
So tomorrow we are having a virtual party. I love having virtual parties. We're celebrating 1,000 subscribers. So we've got a giveaway. I've got my confetti back here already. I've got my first bottle of champagne. I already started. There'll be some more champagne tomorrow. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I want to say now because the photography project is going to go a little late. It'll probably be 5 o'clock, if not 5:30 Central, because we got people. We had a photograph, but yeah, it's gonna be a great time tomorrow. We're just gonna have a good time talking about all the things and just enjoying some life, having a good time like we always do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So here is GR Houston Jack's information. You can find her on Instagram. She is on YouTube at GR Houston Jack. And she has a website if you're interested in her photography or coaching. She has her website, grhjack.com. She's also featured on Indie Soup Media, our good friend Dr. Tashi there at Indie Soup Media on YouTube. And yeah, let me tell you something, that she has a show called Girl Listen, which you should go check out. I was on her show and we had a wonderful conversation. And she has a show called Wine a Little, where she talks about cocktails and wine.
Mhm.
She has a lot of, I mean, there were so many questions I still have. We have to see everybody that comes on the show. Maybe I need to do the show a little longer or something. But wow, gee, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you for sharing. We really just got started. I had so many other questions, such as what's the challenge you see when you're dealing with coaching? And we were going to get into some deep stuff there, but thank you so much. We will next time. We definitely, you are welcome here anytime. If you ever, if I can ever do anything, let me know. We're here for you. And yeah, go support G. You're gonna love her personality. If you can see it here, she's comfortable in her skin, and I love that. You'll love her shows. She's a lot of fun. Go check her out, people.
Thank you.
And yeah, G, I will see you soon. I'll talk soon. You have a good one. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right, we are going to do our giveaway. Let me read a couple of the comments first. All right. Salt and Silence says, congratulations, G. Enjoy the moment. Love. Yeah. I feel like I followed her. Yeah. The Culture Project 7. Thanks for being here. A creative podcast, yet the thumbnail is some AI. Okay. And your point is? I would love to hear what your point is. Thank you for being here. I mean, listen, bro, AI is part of technology now. You're going to have to deal with that. So it's kind of stupid. It doesn't mean that I'm not directing. I don't just tell AI just to put out stuff out there. I am directing. Let me tell you something. Years ago, we used to have to use Printmaster to put stuff together. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about. You used to have to use it's so if AI can make the job easier, I have no problems with that. Having AI, what does that mean? That my thumbnail is AI? It means nothing. So what? It looks good. It looks professional. Is there a problem? So silly. All right. So Chelsea says hi. Thank you for being here. All right. A creative podcast, yet the thumbnail, logo, etc., is some AI garbage. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to have to block and ban you, brother. You're not a nice person. And this ain't the place for you because we're all about nice people. All right. This is a place for good-hearted people. It ain't for that. All right. So, Chelsea, this is amazing. Thank you. Oh, yeah. G is I'm telling you, I wish I had so much more time. Jazzy, great show. Clarissa, giving the hearts out. Thank you for the great conversation tonight. Oh, man, we were just getting started. I was itching. All right. Clarissa says, subscribe to her YouTube channel. All right. G got another subscriber. Awesome. All right. Hey, Salt of Silence, Dr. Tashi. This is load of awesome. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate that. Thank you all for tuning in. Awesome interview. Thank you, D. You're welcome, dear Clarissa. This is a great conversation with you. Thank you so much. I'm going to watch the beginning of the interview. Yeah. Lisa says, I hate the AI hate going on. Yeah, it's silly. You get used to it. It's life now. I'm not going to do Printmaster and go through all of that stuff when I can actually tell somebody what to do and they'll do it for me. I mean, that's me. If you want to do it your way, do it your way. I'm not criticizing you if you don't use AI. Hey, Lisa, says Dr. Tashi. It's so silly, Lisa, says G. Legend, says Chelsea. Hey, Dr. Tashi, says Lisa, just subscribe to both accounts. Ugly Boy's Comedy, 1670. Thank you. Appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you so much. Lisa, tomorrow we celebrate. Hell yeah, we're going to celebrate tomorrow. I'm going to be there because I hope I win the giveaway tomorrow because there's something I'm eyeing. Oh, yeah. You guys got to be there. I'm going to be there. So any of you following the food plane, I'm going to be there. Let's go and have a good time. There's going to be confetti. There's going to be cocktails. There's going to be wine. There might be, I don't know what's 4:20, 5 o'clock. I don't know what time. Whatever's your thing, just come on and let's have a good time. All right. Here we go. The first person to answer the question will be the winner. And you'll know what your prize is when you send me your email. So also, let me just say that no 420, she said, LOL. Woo, I might not be able to make it then. But anyway, I'm joking. All right, so we do giveaways on this podcast at least once a month. I may do it more. So that means that next week I may do it again. And I could do it the next week. So at any time, we're going to be doing giveaways. So, I mean, if you win 100 today or 50, 25, and then you come back next week and you win again, I don't care how many times you win. So, all right, here we go. The person to get the first person. So when I'm looking at my comments, the first person that I see answer this question correctly will be the winner. Okay, here's the question. What is the only spice that comes from the stigma of a flower? What is the only spice that comes from the stigma of a flower? Let me know. I'm waiting. Somebody's Googling it real quick. You better hurry up. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Anybody else? Oh, wow. Okay. So the winner today, she says saffron. Ugly Boy says saffron. Clarissa says saffron. But the first person is of salt and silent poetry. You did get it right. So what I need you to do is send me an email at thefoodplane@gmail.com. thefoodplane@gmail.com. You have to do it within 20 minutes of when the show comes off. Let me know in that email, I'm the winner, and we will send that to you immediately. So listen, if you didn't win today, that's okay. You might win next week. I might do it. Like I said, at least once a month, I'm going to be doing giveaways, and you never know how much it's going to be. You never know when I'm going to do it. So I might do it next week. I might not. You never know. You always want to tune in, don't you? All right. So listen, I want to thank everybody for being a part. We have to get G back in here, man. Don't miss next week. Let me just show you this real quick. Next week, our good friend Ron Foster is going to be here. He is been on a nomadic journey, and he has been featured on National Geographics. This is going to be an exciting conversation. He's coming to us he's going to be live, I believe, from Mexico or New Mexico. He's going to be live on the road. So I'm excited to have Ron Foster here. He will be here next week. I'm so excited. Listen, everybody, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you next week. Don't forget, this Saturday, 11 a.m., America's Best Food Destinations. Put the notifications on. Hit that subscribe button. Hit those likes. Thank you so much. See you next week.